Allianz Premiership Women's Rugby rolled into February, with round 10 seeing every top four side in action, as well as a scrap at the bottom of the table. In Bristol, fourth place Bears were hoping to close the gap to third place Exeter Chiefs. Aiming to remain unbeaten, Gloucester-Hartpury travelled to Leicester Tigers, whilst table-topping Saracens hosted Trailfinders at StoneX. But we begin at the Stoop, where both Harlequins and Sale Sharks were hoping to move away from the bottom of the table. Commentary comes from Nick Heath.
Rigoni, big miss pass. Oh, it could be a run in here. It is going to be the run in. Etty Hangatown taking the outside line. Now Scott will have the chance to power through. And it's Tirani able to offload for Ellie Kildunn. Kildunn with all the pace in the world. Around the outside, the Stoop will roar her home. Quins have managed to get the ball away. And Wilcott got support on the inside. It's Ellie Kildunn again. Oh, Ellie Kildunn. She'll race another one home. Oh, that is a wayward pass, and Ellie Kildunn is going to get on the end of it. There may only be one result to this. Already 2 tries to her name, and Sale Sharks are going to effectively watch her score her third. Lovely short line. Wilcott stepping in. Oh, and still going. This has got the opportunity to be another stunning score at the Stoop. Kildunn, oh, spotted a chance to thread it through. Is it going to be another one for Wilcott? Can she counter it? Yes, she can! Howard. Solid carry and drive from Katana Howard. Redding, Paris Redding, working really well. Oh, and it's still allowed space for Mary Grieve. Oh, what a finish from Grieve! Use it, Quins! There for Wilcott. Looks to try and drive low. Beth Wilcott for the line. Harry Walbaum says try. It's the hat-trick for Wilcott. And look at the pace from Kildunn, almost knowing it. Capping off her afternoon with a 4th try for Harlequins. Full-time score of 53 points to 12. It's turned into the sort of performance that Harlequins desperately needed.
The key message this week has been about desire, about what's inside here, and you know we know that we've got a good team, we know that we've got good players, and we know that we can pull things together. But we had to really look at ourselves and look at our want and our need to win. And I think that's exactly what we did, and that's why I'm so proud of everyone, because a performance like that doesn't just come, it comes from within, and it's how much you want it, and I think the girls showed that today.
Next to a West Country derby at Shaftesbury Park between 2 teams looking to keep pace with the league leaders. Exeter Chiefs had enjoyed a big win over Sale Sharks the weekend before, and they made a confident start here. Some quick thinking from Rachel Johnson for the opening try after just 3 minutes. The Chiefs' scrum remained dominant, and it provided the platform for their next score after half an hour. Some slick passing before fullback Merrin Doidge broke the line to give Exeter a firm control of the contest. The Bears needed to hit back, and crucially they did so just before half-time. A line-out drive finished in trademark fashion by Lark Atkin-Davis to reduce Bristol's deficit to just 7 points at the interval. It soon became clear that the momentum of the match had shifted entirely, as Bristol began the second half just as impressively as Exeter started the first. Now it was the home side's turn to move the ball smoothly, before winger Deborah Wills sprinted in at the corner to reduce the deficit to just 2 points. And just 4 minutes later, a carbon copy score. Bristol fullback Merrill Smith making some ground, and Wills was on hand to finish once again. The comeback complete, as Bristol now led by 3. They'd failed to beat a side above them in the table so far this season. The Bears broke that psychological barrier with arguably the try of the match. Patience and skill rewarded as their other winger Meg Varley secured the try bonus to land their third successive victory. Final score, Bristol Bears 22, Exeter Chiefs 12. Next to Stonex, where Saracens entertained Trailfinders. The home side's last outing 2 weeks ago ended in their first defeat of the season at the hands of Gloucester-Hartpury, and they were clearly determined to put that behind them. Just 3 minutes gone when Sidney Gregson broke through the defence. Trailfinders fought hard to resist the Sarries' onslaught, but they soon conceded another try from McKinley Hunt, and a minute later the host produced something special. Paige Farries and Jess Breach combining to release scrum half Leanne Infante for a superb score. Trailfinders were in danger of being blown away, but they hit back impressively with 2 quick tries of their own. First, they created pressure on the Saracens' line before flanker Megan Barwick found a way over. And 3 minutes later, it was the visitors' turn to deliver a memorable score. A blistering break by winger Vicky Laughlin released Abby Dow, and the Trailfinders' captain was able to scamper in under the posts. The deficit was just 5 points, and now it was Sarries who had to respond. They did just that with a training ground move at the line-out, which allowed Poppy Cleal to power over for their bonus point score inside half an hour. That was it for the first half scoring, with Saracens up by 10 at the break, not the emphatic margin of victory they wanted. They set about putting that right, with the forwards finding a gap for Sophie de Goody to charge through. Soon after, Saracen skipper Marley Packer added try number 6, and just past the hour, Gregson produced a repeat of her opening score, and the outcome of the match was settled once and for all. To their huge credit, the visitors kept battling, and their third try of the game included a couple of superb offloads from Christina Blanco and Kate Zachary, before Rosie Inman went over in the corner. But Saracens had the final word, with one more show of power from a line-out, giving Packer her second of the game. The hosts emphatically back to winning ways. Final score, Saracens 48, Trailfinders 17. Fresh from the joy of their first ever victory in Allianz Premiership Women's Rugby 2 weeks ago, Leicester Tigers faced the toughest test of all, a visit from the champions. But they refused to be overawed, and flanker Roisin McBrien ran a superb line to give them the opening score. Before Gloucester-Hartpury could regroup, they were caught out again by the individual brilliance of Meg Jones, the centre charging down a kick before showing her footballing skills to score under the posts, and Leicester were in dreamland. After being pushed all the way by Saracens in their previous outing a fortnight ago, the visitors simply hadn't got going, but they finally found some momentum in the 31st minute, neat hands along the line before Kerrin Lake fought her way over to score. If that suggested Gloucester-Hartpury would mount a proper comeback, it didn't happen that way. Instead, on the stroke of half-time, a crossfield kick bounced kindly for Francesca McGee, and the winger took full advantage to sprint in for the Tigers' third try, and they led 19-7 at the turnaround. 2 minutes after the restart, a remarkable upset seemed on the cards when Leicester scored again. The Gloucester-Hartpury defence held firm before the ball came to Jones, who released winger Amelia Tutt, a try bonus for the Tigers, and after Jones' conversion, they led by 19 points. Desperate times for the visitors, and they rang the changes. Katie Mattinson was introduced from the bench, and her quick thinking allowed Alex Matthews to muscle over. The visitors still trailed by 12, but they didn't panic. Instead, their forwards got on top, and Mattinson found the pass to send Kath Richards over in the corner. And 5 minutes later, with the Tigers' defence tiring, Gloucester-Hartpury crossed again, Matthews breaking the line before releasing Richards for her second of the game. The conversion made the scores level at 26 all, and now it was a matter of whether Leicester could hang on. In the face of relentless pressure, they couldn't. Emma Singh preserving the champions' unbeaten record after an almighty scare. Leicester forced to settle for 2 bonus points. Final score, Leicester Tigers 26, Gloucester-Hartpury 33. Here's a recap of the results from a dramatic round 10. Gloucester-Hartpury's 8th win of the season was surely their toughest yet, and Bristol Bears also needed a second-half fight back to overcome Exeter Chiefs. Victory was a little more straightforward for Saracens against Trailfinders, and Harlequins were convincing winners over Sale Sharks. Saracens' lead at the top of the table remains 1 point from Gloucester-Hartpury, while the Bears have moved a little closer to the Chiefs in 3rd place. And there's a significant change at the bottom. Leicester Tigers picked up a try bonus point and a losing bonus and move above the Sharks. Round 11 of Allianz Premiership Women's Rugby begins with our live game on TNT Sports 1 as Saracens entertain Harlequins. There are 2 more local derbies in the round, with Lightning taking on Leicester Tigers before Bristol Bears visit Gloucester-Hartpury on Sunday. Sale Sharks make the long trip to Exeter.